Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are not starting off with the coronavirus today. We're going to begin with the latest on the horrific shooting rampage last night in Georgia. Police believe a single gunman is most likely responsible for the attacks at several massage parlors yesterday that left at least 8 people dead and several others wounded. Authorities say 6 of the victims appear to be Asian women. And they are now looking into the possibility that the shootings were racially motivated. So Henry Hollis is with us now with the very latest. He's a breaking news reporter for the Atlanta.
Why the constant madness? Why the endless inundation and spin? Around and around we go, riding the media carousel. We all have to a degree accepted our fate as consumers of junk food and junk truth. Media nonsense from the propaganda machine's mouth. Have you had a conversation with an actual person today? How about yesterday? What is the last thing you said to a real person, face to face? What did the conversation entail? If there was an actual conversation. Do real people still exist? Where can I find one of these people? Yeah, we can blame the technology. We can blame the psychopaths and neo-eunuchs behind screens and keyboards pushing all the post-industrial buttons of the machine age turned information age. Yeah, we could blame them. Shake your fists and head if you will. Indeed, we can put a massive portion of the onus on their plate, sure. I'm a bit perturbed as well. In fact, I'm so angry I could spit. But then what? Do we not play a part in this multimedia merry-go-round of sorts? No, we didn't ask for this. No, we weren't considered in the decision-making, nor have we been consoled after the fact. To this madness, there are many moving parts, many variables at play. Minds, actions, spirits, etc. But where do we play a role in all of this? Do we have some part in the systematic deconstruction and re-engineering of human civilization as we know it via information technology? Oh wait, or possibly I'm blaming the victim here. Either way, the question stands. Do you wake up every morning to a smiling blue light and warm screen? Before bed, do you fill your brain with garbage, scrolling until you can no longer keep your top lid separated from the bottom? Do you daily indulge in more screen time than people time, children time, nature time, any type of time? This excludes work duties or study, of course. I'm referring to empty, compulsive, and impulsive, mind-wandering, dopamine-squandering screen worship. Are you guilty? Or are you simply a victim of technocracy and its drug game? The fix that's doled out whenever you need a hit. I would say this isn't the case at all, actually. See, like a child being given life, you have been given new eyes, new ears, and a new brain in the form of cloud servers and digital application technologies. Exponential visual media has provided you new vision, endless exploration, and memory capacity. Simply keep scrolling, and you can dream indefinitely. Thinking is no longer required in the technological society. New tools have become new extensions of your body, your senses, but more importantly, your identity. The information age is less about actual information than it is about identity. Here we discover the means and the ends. Postman might have had this idea only partially correct. Information is merely the means. It is simply meant to be moved, transferred, and disseminated. Its value is of little importance objectively. It is a source of influence and is convenient to process human action, hence propaganda. Information in the information age is essentially hollow, meaningless, fruitless, and trivial, ephemeral. The ends finds themselves in you. You are the end. In the 21st century of information and virtual reality, man will become detached from the real world, even his body. His physical experience will become a background noise. Losing touch with life and living, he will begin an endless search for meaning, and specifically, identity. Identity will be all that there is left to be discovered, to give life meaning. Like an infant in a dark room searching for the nipple that is not there. To the infant, the nipple represents life. To the modern man, information shapes life. The information, its plethora, its omnipresence, its omniscience and power will swallow him up. He will live in its abyss like embryonic fluid. In a sense, we have all returned to the womb, or are en route to such nirvana. Afraid of life, afraid of reality, out of touch with ourselves and our bodies, floating in virtual spaces and empty head spaces, we seek an eternal mother. Freedom, independence, enmeshment, liberated from effort, struggle, and thought. No longer doing nor being. We tread, life negating. Bereft of meaning, we seek feeling by any means necessary. We do not know more simply because we have more access to knowledge. Not only do we know less because we have discovered more, but we are daily robbing ourselves of the mental facilities required to dissect, recall, and truly understand the information we engage. Cognition and deliberation should not and cannot be confused with consumption and absorption. We are being converted into a sort of precognitive man, an infantile state of being, and possibly, socially, we are slowly reverting to an oral culture, but a paltry and scandalous one. Nothing like the dignified and enduring oral cultures of the past, but a flighty, glib, and finicky sociality rooted in bold-faced lies, hearsay, emotional assertion, and untruth. Has the mass man of Ortega y Gasset finally arrived, 100 plus years after his prescient observation? Instead of dying to self for the truth, we die to self for a lie. Comfortably numb, we seek peace through self-annihilation, negating life by leaving the physical world for an imaginary one. Freud, though wrong about most things, had something right when he discussed the presence of Thanatos, the human death instinct, a drive towards the destruction of self. I would argue this is done through self-worship, self-deception, and lack of an actual self and/or identity. Identity is the final frontier. We aim to destroy the self we have yet to develop, lest we become real. Paradoxical, I know. Thus, such is life. So when are you going to start living yours?